Hey guys, welcome to my process video for Craft Roulette episode 182. We had some interesting parameters this week and I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought I would. So our parameters, our project has to have a card with circles. Colors are vegetable garden, which I took some liberties with this one. Element is screen or screens, and random is fuzz. So some pretty interesting ways to implement fuzz. But I hope you like the way I did it. Okay, so let's go down here and I will show you what I did. Okay, so again, here are our parameters for 182, episode 182. Let me put that down here. Craft Roulette, and I've got a link in the description to their YouTube channel. All right, so card with circles. So I have die cut a circle, and this is like a deckled edge circle, but any circle will do. Then for my screen, I embossed it with this like patch or hatchwork, really kind of, I don't know. It looks like a screen to me, so we're going with it. Vegetable garden colors, I went with blue and like a wheat color. It's wild wheat. My thinking is these are scarecrow colors. So like the blue jeans and the hay that you will find in a vegetable garden. So that's where I'm going with that. And then fuzz, I really wanted to use up some of this twine that I have. And so I thought I would just do a chain stitch. So this is just a basic crochet chain stitch to go around. Like you could use ribbon or just the yarn itself, but I wanted to use most of it up, so I stitched it. And I'll just show you real quick. I know this isn't like how to crochet, but this is how I did it. So I started off with just like the magic knot, right? You do a circle and then pull this thing through, and we have that little guy. Then I used a G size, and we just pull that tight-ish. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. That's your chain stitch, all right? And then just do that a bunch until you get it the length that you want, all right? And I wanted mine to go, I'm going to put this around the entire front panel here. So I figured it might be like about 20 inches, and that's too much. But we're going to deal with it because I already I started at one end, and then when I finished it, I just tied a knot. And it is kind of stretchy. Now mine twists and turns a little bit, but that's not going to matter. All right, we want some of that variety anyway. So let's just get to it with assembly. So we've got my boho blue card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and scored at 4 1/4. Then I've got a piece of white for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to put this right on in here and try to make sure I'm still in frame. Okay, that's straight-ish. Now this is the layer that my string is going to go around. So I decal cut this one too, just to kind of tie in with the rough edges of this one. So I actually want to put this down first because when I add my crocheted trim, it's probably going to overlap that a little bit. So I'm going to use some liquid glue, hoping that it won't show up terribly. I've never found anything that doesn't show through vellum. You know, I've been to all the trade shows, all the conventions where they say, oh, this tape, you can't see it through vellum, and I've bought all of it and it's all lies. So I just try to like hide it where I may like cover things up. So I'm going to put a bird here and my branch. So hopefully when this dries, we won't see it as much. But I want to get that down first. And then I'm going to add the crochet trim. Now for this, I like to use Fabri-Tac, any strong glue. All right, and let's get all the rest of this out of the way. Now, because I know this is a little bit too long, my plan was to have run it, tape it or glue it around the edge, and then have the ends come together down here and like tie it in a knot. So what I'm gonna do is just glue it down on this edge or this corner. And this stuff has a really strong smell. Now, it doesn't really matter for my purposes whether I do the lumpy side or the flat side down, but it's probably gonna glue better if I do the flat side down. So I just have to hold that there for a minute and then try to pull this out so it's like gonna stay lumpy side up. See how this curls? That's because I'm not that great of a crocheter. And that's fine. We don't have to be good at everything, right? All right, now I'm gonna glue this end down, and this will make more sense in a minute. Then I can pull and see kind of like where the middle is, like about here. So then I can glue this corner over here, and then I can take this side. Oh, oopsie. Focus. All right, let me hold that there. And then put glue here in this corner. And I think maybe a hot glue gun would work too. But I like this Fabri-Tac. It dries it quick enough. All right, so I'm gonna hold that and hold that for a minute. It's definitely got a little smell to it, but it's all good. Oh, and I see little strings. Okay, it's got a quick enough grab. I like this when I'm using like fabric or certain kinds of ribbon that you want to glue down. Anything like fabric to paper. All right, I think this is good enough. Now I want to gently take this, so I don't want that to pop up again. And I'm kind of going to go like, how much room do I have? Because this is going to go a little wonky. Let's go like right here. So it's not going to be a straight line. This is probably going to be the longest part of all this. And I'm just going to hold that there for a minute. But now I can like move this around, make it a little, you know, zigzaggy. Okay, so I actually decided to cut all that poking and dragging around, like drawing bits out. But you see, I don't end up with an even border, and that's kind of what I wanted anyway. So this is actually perfect. But you can see, I can definitely see that glue underneath that vellum, but I'm gonna have to get over it. So now we're just gonna bring in our card. Now this, I'm gonna glue down flat to my card base. So I'm going to glue this. Oh, and then I have to tie my yarn ends together in this corner. I like the blue on blue, tone on tone. All right, so these I just want to tie in a knot. We can do a bow too. Why not? Cute. All right, maybe a little longer than I had planned, but that is okay. All right, and I'm just going to trim these ends off. I like it. All right, now our bird, so I've already cut and colored him in. He's going to get popped up. Our tree branch is going to get glued down flat. And we're going to go like this and have our greeting there. So let's glue this down. And, whoopsie. Yeah, actually, I want to cut that off. I'll just rip it. So glue. And that can go, boop, right there. Press down for a minute. Now this tag, I stamped the greeting and cut it out with a tag die. I don't want to hang anything off of this, so I'm going to cover up this little circle bit. So this is going to get, our greeting will get glued down flat, and then our bird will sit right over top of him. All right, like that. Is that straight-ish? And then we will add some dimensionals. And then I do have a couple of little doodads that I might as well put on here. I don't want to do too many gems because like this crocheted bit is really taking front stage. Okay, so that, ooh, I like it. Okay. Actually, I might just want just a few little, maybe old champagne rhinestones. Just because these go with pretty much everything. I just want a couple little blingity blings. Oops, where'd that one go? Maybe right there. I like it. Now, hopefully this other glue will dry. But there you go. So my card with circles. Here's a circle. Vegetable garden colors, which are scarecrow colors for me. My screen, which is kind of this background that I embossed. And then the fuzz from the crocheted trim around there. So, hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Bye.